My name is Julie Letal. I'm a constable with the RCMP. All my service has been in Alberta. I have 19 and a half years policing, 18 and a half years with the RCMP, and I have an amazing service dog, Chance. People are amazing. They treat us like family. Like I know many times up in the reserve in Alexis, I was invited in for coffee. If anything went wrong on the reserve when I was policing the reserve, they would come and back me up. Not members, but people on the reserve. And I'm adopted into a family on the reserve after the Mayerthorpe shootings. The people in regular society don't see what we see, and it makes it tough. We had the Mayerthorpe shootings where 4 RCMP members were murdered, and I sent one of the members in my place that day, and the guilt and everything that's gone on. And after that, being on highway patrol, the bad wrecks. I've been there for suicides, homicides, traffic collisions. It's accumulative over the years. Your brain can only handle so much, and all of a sudden, your brain just shuts down. After the Mayerthorpe shootings, they brought in people right away. We talked with people, and I started to get really, really depressed and sad, and just nothing was joyful anymore, right? So going to see the psychiatrist and psychologist, and was finally diagnosed with PTSD. And that was probably about 4 months it took. I was off work. My best friend said, "Why don't you look into getting a service dog? They're phenomenal." So I go in there and, okay, sit down, and there's like 15 dogs in there. This yellow lab comes up to me, kind of sniffs around, and then he leaves. She crawled into my lap. So okay, put a leash on her, she's yours. When she crawled up into my lap, it was just love at first sight, and that night she was down in my room with me sleeping, and then we bond over the week that we're there. And yeah, and she came home and we trained together for another 6 months, because we have to train to bond, right? So she was already trained and she was already working that night. She does a lot with my anxiety, my depression. She does grounding. She wakes me up from nightmares. I think the worst part is not being able to go into stores, like just having a complete meltdown. You're always walking right up against the wall, and yeah. And with her, if I'm in a mall and I start to get the panic, we'll actually walk against the wall and have her give me my space, so she'll give me a big bubble. So she'll actually go to the end of her lead and give me lots of space around people, so people have to go way around me, which is, it's kind of cool that she picks up on that, right? If I'm in a crowded building and she feels me starting to amp up, she'll actually pull me out of that room. And if you're crying, if I cried right now, like really got in my face, she would be here in an instant and jumping all over me and trying to get my mind off of things. And she's just cute. What can I say? This year, I don't know why, all of a sudden everybody seems to be more interested in service dogs and how they help people, and it's actually, I'm surprised and I'm happy that we're able to put it in perspective for people that she helps me. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be going out this door, I wouldn't be going shopping. Hell, I wouldn't have even been at work without her. They help us with our freedom. They get us out of the house, and we can live our lives again.